Welcome to Crystalline Light Meditations. Monday, November 2nd, day before our American elections. One of the most unprecedented elections ever, one of the most important elections ever. And I just want to talk a little bit about the astrology of what's going on. So, first of all, going back, so we've had this astrology going on since the beginning of the year, particularly March, when the COVID-19 began, and a lot of planets, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, have been in Capricorn, and Capricorn represents structure, status quo, business, government, banking, the powers that be, the leaders. And Saturn and Pluto is death to structure, is just showing that these structures, so we're moving into a golden era, an era of light. We're moving into a higher vibrational energy of unity consciousness. And the structures that we have are not in alignment with that. And so all structures that are about power over as opposed to power within, all of the structures that limit us and restrict us from growing and finding our sovereignty and our unity and equality and all needs met for all people, and honoring the earth and being stewards of the earth, and all of these things that we're moving towards, the structures that we have are not in alignment with that, and so they have to fall. And I feel like with this presidency, it's really just been shining a light on all of the things that need to change. I think that a lot of people were in denial about how far we've come, and now we know that we have a lot of work to do in this country. And so we are just getting a super extreme taste of what structures need to change. It's shining a really bright light. And the COVID has actually, while it's unfortunate that so many people have been going through so much, everything is happening in divine order. And I think that that is really the message of what is coming forth, is that we don't know what has to happen for things to shift in a positive way. And sometimes really challenging things happen in our life and it sucks. But then as we look back on it, we're like, wow, I'm actually happy that happened. Maybe not happy is the right word, but certain things are necessary to happen for us to learn certain lessons, or to, when something personally happens to you. Like I have a friend who got a cancer diagnosis and she's doing everything and treating it naturally. And now she's helping other people to go through this cancer journey in a positive, natural way. So, that's an example of how sometimes things that are seemingly horrible happen, but they're necessary to get us on the pathway that we need to be on. And so I think collectively that's what's happening. And so Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn are, again, like the death to structure, and Jupiter just expands everything. And so the first time Jupiter lined up with Pluto and Saturn, but particularly Pluto, is when we had the first wave of coronavirus, when the numbers exploded. Well, Jupiter is 1 degree away from Pluto again, and we see this second wave, particularly in Europe. It's interesting. It looks like a lot of the stuff that's happening is actually happening in Europe. We had a big full moon on Halloween. It was a blue moon, meaning 2 full moons in 1 month. and the moon was conjunct Uranus, which is sudden and unexpected changes, and it was opposite the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. So everybody was waiting for this October surprise to happen, and we didn't really see that in the US, thankfully, because I don't think it was a good October surprise we were sort of bracing for. It was like a shenanigan surprise. But in Europe, there was a huge earthquake in Turkey. A lot of people died and lost their homes, and there's been a lot of huge lockdowns all over Europe, and also there's been a lot of violence. There's been some violence. There's been some like beheadings and stuff in France. So they're having to deal with their own chickens are coming to roost. So now Saturn is moving forward, and it's moving into Aquarius. Now it went into Aquarius in, I believe, May, but it was right when the George Floyd thing happened, and we had all of the protest across the country. And so Aquarius is about revolution. It is about fighting for equality and humanitarianism. And that's where we're going, into the age of Aquarius. And Saturn will be entering Aquarius. And Saturn and Jupiter are going to go together and enter Aquarius around the winter solstice. So I believe that, we've heard that no matter what happens, they are predicting that there's going to be chaos, there's going to be violence, and worst comes to worst is like a civil war type situation. I think we know that somewhere in the country there's going to be violence. We've already seen voter intimidation here in Beverly Hills even. So we're going to see a lot of that. And my prediction is that from the elections until December 21st, there's going to be a lot of chaos. And I've really been feeling this energy, the powers that be, the ones that are controlling humanity in not a good way, the ones that are in power, this sort of dark energy, they're losing ultimately. And it's kind of like their last hoorah. And they're going to try to create as much division and destruction as possible. And again, we don't know what is in the highest and greatest good. Maybe certain things have to happen so that people rise up, because December 21st, Jupiter and Saturn are entering Aquarius at the same time, and they're going to be exactly conjunct. So this is a really big deal, because Saturn is about constriction and restriction and limitation, and we've definitely been experiencing a lot of that. And Jupiter is about expansion, and it is considered the great benefic, it's luck. But really it just shines the light and expands everything. So they're two opposite energies that are coming together. So they sort of nullify each other. And it's like a new beginning, a new chance. And it's moving into Aquarius. And so I really believe that this is the beginning of the age of Aquarius on December 21st, the winter solstice of 2020. So all of this has been happening for a reason. And so my intention of talking about this is that we know that there's going to be crazy things happening until December 21st. And we have to just not react and stay neutral and know that everything is happening in divine order. Everything is happening for a reason. We don't have to personalize it. We don't have to get upset. Maybe we go in the streets, there I think for sure will be protests happening. Maybe they won't start until December 21st. I believe that is when we will find out. We're not going to know right away who wins the election, and there's going to be a bunch of shenanigans until then. But what I did see spiritually, because in these meditations and in my own meditations, I've just been praying not for a specific outcome, because I know that I don't know what the best outcome is. Maybe we have to have one outcome to upset people and allow the people because democracy is not a spectator sport. Democracy is contingent upon people being involved in the government, and the people have the power if the people take the power. But we have become so complacent, and so I'm saying our society has just allowed things to happen and is not really involved in government or in our world. And so we've allowed a very small percentage of people to be running the world. And that is what has to change. The power is in for the people. And that is what the Age of Aquarius is. And then it's not about one individual having their rights and their this and their that, and it's all about them. It's about the collective consciousness. It's about unity consciousness. It's about all of us. None of us are free until all of us are free. It's about equality and unity, right? And so that's where we're going. And that's a beautiful thing. But we don't know what has to happen to wake people up from their slumber and get them to become active and to become a part of this change that has to occur and is occurring. So we're just going to stay neutral, and we're going to usher in. So I had a vision. We've been upholding, we've been asking for just the highest and greatest good for all involved, for the highest timeline available. And I saw this beautiful, it looked like a silver wave of divine light, like a tidal wave, a tsunami of love and light. But we know that there is destruction with tidal waves and tsunamis, right? But it is of light, and it is beautiful, and it is just bringing in the grace of the divine to uplift people, to wake people up, to sort of like give a helping hand to people. There's a lot of people that are suffering, that are being attacked, that have given away their power, that have created situations for themselves or are in situations. And we just want to uplift everybody just a little bit. If we can just lift them up a bit so that they can find their own light, their own divinity, their own beauty, so that they can connect with this divine energy and can continue to lift themselves. And us who are already having this prayer, that we can be uplifted a little more so that we can uplift others. And it will be like a chain reaction of moving into the Age of Aquarius. So I saw that, and I really think that that is coming. But I think it's coming around December 21st. So between now and December 21st, hold on to your hats, just be a neutral observer, get your popcorn. It's like a crazy reality show that like you can't make it up. Try not to get too reactionary and angry. Just be like, wow, look at this. Oh my God, can you believe this is happening? And sort of be an outside observer instead of like really, really in it. If you feel called to take action, you should. This is when Spirit is telling you what is your part to play in this. And so you can and should and will do that, but with an energy of neutrality and being an observer, because what you resist persists. Anti-war activists are creating more war, right? And so if we're fighting against hate and we're hating the people that hate, then we're creating more hate. So we have to be neutral with it. We have to know that there's certain things that are wrong, but we don't want to get into the mud with the situation. We want to rise up above it, and from this place we can help even more. Okay, so having said that, let us just relax, release, prepare. Tomorrow is a big day. It's exciting. This is the history books we'll be writing about this time. Like, we are in this really amazing, exciting time. Let's look at it with excitement and optimism, but at the same time knowing that it's always darkest right before the dawn. And so we are entering into a collective dark night of the soul. for humanity, for the planet. It looks like it's not just in America, but all around the world, because it is about the Mother Earth. The Mother Earth is ascending. And we want to bring as many people as possible with her. With that, we bow to the Mother Earth, who gives us shape and gives us form, who allows us to live on her surface, who is abundant and beautiful and awesome. She may show her discontent with what's going on. She may purify us with earth changes. And we just bow to her and we honor her, knowing that we are protected. We can protect ourselves in the light. So let us send our roots into the Earth Mother, deep, deep down into the center of the earth. Connecting with the Mother. We are here for you. You have had to deal with humanity's negative emotions and disrespect for you, for the Mother, for all mothers, for all women. This toxic masculinity that is ending, this patriarchy. We honor you and uplift you. We honor and uplift ourselves. All women coming together as one from all around the world, every race and shape, orientation, equally rising up to honor our true Mother and to protect and support her. Some of us have a mission to protect the earth. Allow the Mother to speak to you as to what your role is in this and how you can serve the Mother. We are here to serve. It's not about us. We are asking to be clear vessels of the light to serve humanity and the Mother Earth. That is why we are here, to allow the Mother to tell you what you can do for her personally. And now, let us open our heart and be in a state of gratitude. Give so much blessings and gratitude to the Mother. Thank you. Thank you for your beauty, your diversity, your abundance. You are such a unique planet, and we know that you are alive, and we honor you. We're so grateful for you. We bow to you. Let us serve you, Mother Earth. And now make sure you are grounded. You need to be really grounded in this next month. So visualize an anchor coming down from the root of your spine all the way down into the center of the earth. Visualize a magnet in the center of the earth. And the magnet and the anchor are connecting strongly and firmly. Feel all your energy going down. You must fully be in your body. You must be fully grounded and connected and centered. When we are not grounded, we are all over the place, and our emotions and our reactions are ruling us. When we are grounded and centered, we can take everything in stride. We cannot be neutral observers if we are not grounded. And just reach out if you need help with getting grounded. Just release. Allow anything and everything that doesn't serve you to just release into the earth. There is a flame in the center of the earth. The Ascension Flame, the Mother Flame. It is a beautiful white flame with every color in the rainbow, like opalescent, because it has all the sacred flames. The violet flame, the blue flame, the pink flame, the green flame. Each have a different property. These sacred unfed flames, higher vibrational fire that purify us. It is the most powerful tool that we have for ascension, are the sacred flames. There are 7 of them, like the colors of the rainbow. And then there are more. But the Ascension Flame is all of them. So just feeling a slight tug or pull at the root of your spine. Just release your fear, your worry, any dread, any anger, any resistance. Things are going to be intense, but fear and anger and resistance and reaction are optional. You judge it, you own it. What you resist persists. So if you choose to get down in the mud, you will get dirty. You will get slimed. It will be a challenging time for you. Or you can choose to release all of that into the Ascension Flame in the center of the earth. Whatever you're going through, just let it go. Your reaction to it is optional. Everything just is. And everything is happening for a reason. And everything ultimately is happening for our highest and greatest good. But I warn you, it may not look like that. But you can choose to trust that it is. And that we will move through this. We are made for these times. And we will be victorious on the other side. And this is a journey. It will not happen overnight. And also, These experiences are coming up to activate our trauma. And so if your trauma gets activated, you need to dive in and heal it, bring it into the light, love it, forgive it, and release it. We are all in a process, peeling layers of the onion to get to the core of who we are. And so allow yourself to shed a skin like a snake. Allow yourself to release what is not serving you. And just know that sometimes we have discomfort, and that is okay. When a baby is born, it has to be squeezed to go through the birth canal. When a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, it is in this limiting cocoon before it can be reborn. So we are all in somewhat of a dark night of the soul, both collectively and personally. So just get your torch, get the sacred fire, go down into it. Just bringing your love and light into the darkness, not denying it, not spiritually bypassing it, but diving in and doing your work. And you may need help. Just allowing this all to drain into the center of the earth. All that is ready to release. The beautiful thing about these sacred flames is they can burn up some of this karma, some of this trauma, some of the negative thoughts, energies, emotions, and deeds that we've created, so that we don't have to experience as much challenge. So you don't have to go through everything and relive everything. You could just cast it into the violet flame or the Ascension Flame and allow Spirit to do it for you. And the more you can surrender and release, the less drama and trauma you have to go through in your healing process. But some of it maybe you have to go through because that's what you chose and that's what you need to get you on your divine path. So just know that everything is unfolding perfectly. So perfect. Thank you, Divine Mother Earth. We know that the divine feminine energy is being restored on the planet, and that we're moving into a state where there is not just a patriarchy or a matriarchy. There is a unity, balance. Because each of us has masculine and feminine energy within us. And it's a spectrum. Our gender is a spectrum. It doesn't have to, nothing is black and white. That's how our society should be. Will be what we're moving toward. Because in the higher levels, we are androgynous. We are masculine and feminine. And now let us continue to keep your roots, your grounding and your centering, and just sort of like brace yourself, not in a bad way, but in a good way, like you're ready for whatever. You're ready. We're ready for whatever is going to happen. Bring it. We got this. Everything is okay. Now we're going to raise our consciousness up to the top of our head and beyond. We're going to reach way up to the great central sun. And these higher dimensional light rays, this sacred fire is pouring in through the top of our head. Mother, Father, God, the source of all that is showering us with this perfect divine light. Allow it to pour in and caress you with this golden light of wisdom. It is a divine masculine energy and protection. And this active force, fire, that inspires us, that uplifts us. That connects us to our wisdom, to our sovereignty, to our inner warrior that stands with the sword of righteousness to defend those who cannot defend themselves, to stand for those tread upon, to uplift everything and everybody, the children, the animals, earth, women. It is a great unifying force. It is a force of equality. It breaks free from all of the false constructs of race and gender, all the ways that we limit ourselves in society. That has been done to us, to control us, to limit us. It is a divide and conquer programming that is dissolving now. This beautiful light is coming in, just uplifting us. And we call in our higher self, our divine self. We are all divine. We are the divine child of the Mother, Father, God. We are here on a mission with a purpose. And receive your message now. Receive your operating instructions now. Why are you here? What are you here for? Receive this divine wisdom from your higher self now. let us call in our entire healing team. We all have a team of divine beings that are here to protect us, to direct us, to support us, to heal us, to love us unconditionally, to call in. You may not know exactly who they are, and that's okay. But we call in all the beings of love and light that are here to assist us now. Call in all the angels with your divine grace. Receive this grace, which is of forgiveness. We receive this and we extend this to all humanity. And this is this tidal wave of light that is filled with grace. Grace is a forgiveness. It is a releasing. It releases all the chains that bind us, the ties that bind us, that limit us, and forgives us from all our perceived sins, because everything is already forgiven in the light. We just don't forgive ourselves, and we don't forgive each other. And forgiveness is not about condoning something. When you forgive something, you are not saying it is okay. You are just releasing yourself from it. You are releasing the chains that tie you to it. So we receive this divine grace to uplift us in the light, to see the higher perspective, to feel the love in our heart, to forgive ourselves and all of the reflections of ourself, which is this world, the reflection of us. We have to take responsibility for every single thing that's happening in the collective and forgive it within ourselves. Because we can't change anybody else, but we can change ourselves. And that is the divine alchemy, because when we change, the collective changes. Our world changes. That's how we come together and create this new world. This age of Aquarius, this golden age of light, this new earth, this 5D earth of unconditional love, of personal sovereignty, of all needs met for all people, of being stewards of the earth and honoring the earth and the circle of life and the interconnection of all living things. We are all one. And so we all must be sovereign, and we all must be free, and we all must be taken care of, and we all must be uplifted. We all must be protected. We all must be rectified. There are certain things that happen that must be rectified. And that's uncomfortable. That is within our self and within the collective. It doesn't have to be difficult. It's only if you resist and judge and react. Allowing that grace to come in and uplift you and forgive you and love you. And we're extending it to all humanity in the earth. Many people have been hijacked. Many people are in fear. Many people have experienced trauma. And they're acting all of this out. people that think they're losing their power or they're losing something or fighting. We just forgive them, even though we don't condone their methods, their thought processes, their words, because that sets us free. And because we believe in unconditional love, which means we have to love everybody unconditionally. It's like if you have a child that misbehaves, you don't stop loving them, but you do have to sometimes punish them or make them stop behaving in a certain way. Sometimes they need help. Sort of like bad seed. You can be a perfectly good parent and have a child that does things that you don't agree with and go against all your values. But you still love him or her. And you try to get them the help that they need. That's what we have to do. So we extend that grace to everybody. And we extend it to all the people that are suffering because of the pandemic, because of the lack of work, the opportunities, the increased level of homelessness, the people who are confined and restricted and having anxiety and mental health issues, and people that are incarcerated and institutionalized. All the different ways that people are suffering, we extend that grace. These angels help uplift them out of their suffering. Please give them a break. Give them a helping hand. Raise themselves up. Let us become a world that gives everybody a helping hand in their innate need. This wave, this tidal wave of silver, platinum light, of grace, going over the entire planet. And then for the next month, things have to play out. It's going to be like a soap opera, like a drama, and we're just going to watch it. And everywhere that you can't help but hook in, you can't help to not react. It's just great because you can see where you have healing to do. You can love and forgive yourself and dive into the depths of your soul and find out what you're connecting to, what part of you is traumatized. Part of you needs healing and love and forgiveness and grace. And you can extend that to yourself as you extend it to everyone. Call upon the Ascended Masters. Call upon the Galactics. Call upon our power animals, our ancestors. Call in our entire healing team. And now we visualize a beautiful violet flame all around us, the flame of transmutation, taking a lower vibrational energy and magically uplifting it to a higher vibrational energy, like the alchemy of turning lead into gold, the alchemy of turning our trauma into our strength, our wounds into the ways that we are healers and heal others. Bringing our shadow up into the light. Knowing that shadow is not bad or wrong. Nothing really is bad or wrong in the higher dimension. Darkness is the void from which all things come. We must become comfortable with it. Because we are warriors in the light. And we are the manifestation of the Divine Mother. Oh, this violet flame is all around us. It's transmuting all of our bodies, our physical body, is just manifesting all of the mental and emotional and spiritual energies. We're transmuting our emotional body, clearing and transmuting all ways that we react, staying neutral and calm. And when we do react, it's just ourself showing ourself where there is work to be done. So we do that work, or we reach out to somebody to help us do that work. Because we can no longer be on an island. We are moving into unity consciousness, group consciousness as the Age of Aquarius. And so we have to help each other. We cannot do it alone. Purifying your emotions, anger, fear, sadness, anxiety, depression, worry. Oh, there's a lot of worry. Do not worry. Surrender. Surrender your worries to the divine. It may look bad for the next month, but in the long run, do not worry, for all is happening in our highest and greatest good. Will unfold as such. Clearing our mental bodies. You must release all judgment. Who are you to judge? We are all the divine children of the Mother, Father, God. We forgive all people that we judge. Because judgment is a form of resistance. And what you judge, you call to yourself. You harm yourself by judging others, because we are one. So when you judge others, you judge yourself. And if you are judging others, for sure you're judging yourself as well. But it's hard to stop judging yourself. It's easier to stop judging others. But if you are ready, forgive yourself and others. Using the violet flame, if you can burn the violet flame every day, you will cut down your need to experience drama to heal yourself. You activate grace and forgiveness and love. And you release your karma. And now transmuting your spiritual body, your aura, all your energy centers, just transmuting all. A lot of us have what looks like smog in our aura, negative thoughts and emotions and energies that we either have or that we pick up from the collective. Allow the violet flame to clear and purify you now. So that you may be a clean, clear vessel of the light, the Age of Aquarius, of new earth, of unity consciousness. Beloved, beloved violet flame, please transmute all karma, negative thoughts, energies, actions, or deeds that we have ever created in any body, any level, in any dimension, in any time, in any timeline, in any lifetime, past, present, future, from now until eternity. Transmute everything that limits us from being higher dimensional Christed beings that we truly are, meaning unconditional love, multidimensional light. Allow us to connect with our multidimensional selves. We exist on many dimensions, not just this one. And we call upon this beautiful golden platinum light, silver platinum light, this platinum light of grace and love is uplifting us into the Age of Aquarius. As above, so below, as within, so without. Let us be the new earth. Let us be the Age of Aquarius. Let us be fifth dimensional, so that we can manifest that on the earth, knowing that our physical bodies are raising up. The Mother Earth is raising up. So it won't happen overnight, but it is happening. We honor the process. We don't judge it. We just accept it and transmute it, because that is why we are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, beloved violet fire. We will use you every day thank you, beloved Mother Earth. We honor you, we bow to you, and thank you to all the angels and masters, the star brothers and sisters, all the higher dimensional beings of love and light, our higher self that have assisted us in this meditation and assist us always. With that, we say a prayer for humanity. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, may love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center that we call the will of God, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose that the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of man, let the plan of love and light work out, and may seal the door where evil dwells. May love and light and power restore the plan on earth. Your love, your light, and your power are divine and exponential. Hold them, be them, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to each and every one of you. We can only do it together as one. So I bow to you, to your divinity and your beauty, and our oneness with each other and the earth. So it is.